The sun poured through the large windows of Crestwood Middle School, illuminating the bustling hallways where students animatedly exchanged stories of their weekend adventures. Laughter echoed from the classrooms, where teachers encouraged spirited discussions and creative projects. It was an ordinary day, filled with the sounds of learning and joy. However, beneath this vibrant facade lay a day that would soon be etched in the minds of everyone present. Suddenly, a piercing alarm sliced through the cheerful atmosphere, jolting students and staff into a state of alert. The bright red lights flashed overhead, signaling an emergency that no one had anticipated. Children's laughter turned to shouts of confusion as they were instructed to evacuate the building. Teachers worked diligently to guide their classes towards safety, but panic began to ripple through the crowd as smoke seeped into the hallways, a harbinger of danger. In the midst of this unfolding chaos, an unexpected figure stepped onto the scene. Keanu Reeves. He had come to speak briefly about his experiences in Hollywood, but now he found himself thrust into a situation far more dire than he had ever imagined. The actor's heart raced as he took in the sight before him, students scrambling for exits, the acrid smell of smoke creeping closer. In this moment, a decision began to form in his mind. A choice that would lead him into the heart of danger. The piercing alarm continued to ring, its sound merging with the frantic footsteps of students rushing down the corridors. The origin of the fire remained a mystery, but whispers hinted at a science experiment gone awry in the chemistry lab. A small flame had erupted from a discarded beaker, igniting nearby materials and quickly spiraling out of control. As smoke began to seep under doors and through cracks, the urgency escalated. Teachers barked instructions, their voices rising above the chaos to ensure everyone moved swiftly toward the nearest exits. A sense of dread hung heavy in the air. Panic etched on the faces of students as they watched smoke curling ominously from behind classroom doors. Outside, parents were gathering, their worry palpable as they saw their children file out of the building. The sight of flames flickering through the windows only added to their distress. Middle schoolers huddled together in large groups, exchanging terrified glances and trying to make sense of what was happening. Among them, Keanu Reeves took stock of the situation, standing apart with both awe and concern over how quickly everything had changed. His instincts kicked in as he saw students still inside, frozen in fear or unsure of where to go next. He could feel adrenaline pumping through him. This was a moment that called for action. Time was slipping away, and he knew he had to do something before it was too late. Just moments before the alarm rang, excitement filled the air at Crestwood Middle School. Students were bustling about, eagerly reminiscing about the upcoming visit from the beloved actor Keanu Reeves, scheduled to speak on overcoming obstacles and his journey in Hollywood. His presence was anticipated as a once-in-a-lifetime event. Little did anyone know that this special day would soon take a dangerous turn. As Reeves arrived at the school, he was greeted by a chorus of thrilled whispers and wide-eyed stares, flanked by delighted teachers who could hardly contain their excitement. The actor's easy smile and approachable demeanor instantly captivated the students, who cheered and waved enthusiastically. They were primed for inspiration when the unexpected thunder of the fire alarm shattered the festive atmosphere. Keanu's brow furrowed as he saw students shifting from elation to panic. He quickly recognized that allowing fear to take hold would only make matters worse. Even with flames visible through the windows and smoke billowing into the hallways, his instincts told him that he couldn't stand by idly. The image of hopeful, eager faces blurting out their disbelief shifted into a desperate call for courage. In that moment of chaos, Keanu felt an unyielding responsibility wash over him, not just as a visitor but as someone who could help navigate the fear gripping the school. Adrenaline coursed through his veins as he realized it was time to become more than just an observer. It was time to take action. As the fire alarm blared and chaos erupted around him, Keanu Reeves took a deep breath, channeling his inner calm amidst the frenzy. He observed students rushing toward the exits, some bursting into tears while others clutched their friends tightly. Yet, he noticed a few stragglers remaining inside, frozen in fear or confusion as smoke began to thicken in the air. Quickly assessing the situation, Keanu weighed his options. He could hear teachers shouting instructions, urging students to head outside, but it was clear that not everyone was following those directives. His heart raced as he realized that time was of the essence. More lives could be at risk if he didn't act decisively. Despite the growing panic around him, Keanu focused on what needed to be done. He glanced toward the nearest classroom that had been partially blocked by debris from the spreading flames. He could see shadows moving within, a sign that there were still students trapped inside. The decision crystallized in his mind. He had to help. With no time to waste, Keanu pushed through the swirling smoke and made his way toward the door. keeping his breathing steady despite the acrid smell filling his lungs. As he approached the classroom, adrenaline coursed through him, not just for himself but for those who needed guidance and support. He knew that staying calm would be crucial. Every second counted, and he was determined to make a difference in this dire moment. As Keanu pushed through the dense smoke, a flicker of movement caught his eye, a glimpse of fabric curled near a classroom door. It was the American flag that adorned the school's stage, having been temporarily placed in the hall for a presentation. It was simply a piece of cloth, but to Keanu and the students, it represented something much greater: bravery, unity, and resilience in times of turmoil. The American flag had long served as a symbol of hope during challenging times, flying high as a reminder of strength and community spirit. At Crestwood Middle School, it embodied the values taught daily: courage to face fears and togetherness in overcoming adversity. As he stood there amid the rising smoke, Keanu felt an overwhelming urge to save it from destruction. He understood why this moment mattered, not just for his own sense of purpose but for the sense of identity and pride it instilled in everyone present. That if he could recover the flag, it might serve to unite the frightened children outside with a symbol that spoke to their courage during this crisis. With renewed determination coursing through him, Keanu navigated closer to where the flag lay. Every fleeting moment felt crucial. He knew he couldn't leave without it. As he reached out to grasp its fabric, he made a silent promise: the values encapsulated in that flag would not be lost to fear or flames on this day. With the American flag secured in his hands, Keanu felt a rush of determination as he pressed deeper into the thickening smoke. His heart raced with purpose, but it was then that a soft whimper pierced through the chaos, cutting through the din of the fire and panic. He turned, instinctively following the sound. There, huddled in a corner of the classroom, was a small child, trembling and wide-eyed with fear. The child's face was streaked with tears, and their chestnut hair hung wildly around their face, giving them an almost ghostly appearance in the smoky haze. The sight ignited an urgent protective instinct within Keanu. He could not leave this child behind. "Hey there," he called gently, trying to keep his voice calm despite the chaos surrounding them. "It's okay that you're safe now. I'm here to help you." Moving closer, he crouched down to be at eye level with the terrified student. The child blinked at him, uncertainty flickering in their eyes. As Keanu reached out a hand, he felt a surge of responsibility wash over him. This moment was not just about rescuing a child, it was about embodying the very values that the American flag represented: a commitment to protect and support one another in times of crisis. With the child hesitant but trusting, Keanu scooped them up into his arms. He wasn't going to let fear win today. They would both make it out together. With the child safely in his arms and the American flag clutched firmly in his grip, Keanu Reeves steeled himself for what lay ahead. The hallway before him was thick with smoke, tendrils curling ominously around the walls like sinister fingers. Visibility was nearly non-existent, and each breath felt heavier than the last as he inhaled the acrid scent of burning materials. Yet, he pushed forward, driven by the urgency of his mission. The distant sounds of crackling flames and disoriented cries filled the air, creating a surreal cacophony that underscored every step he took. He forced himself to stay focused, scanning for obstacles as he navigated through the hazy labyrinth. Keanu's mind raced. He had to remember the layout from earlier visits to the school, using every ounce of familiarity to guide his steps. Suddenly, a large piece of debris fell nearby with a thunderous crash, sending plumes of dust and ash into the air. Keanu paused momentarily to regain his bearings but quickly shook off any hesitation that he had a child's life, and his promise, to uphold. He spotted an exit sign glowing dimly at the end of one hallway, a beacon calling him onward. With determination fueling him, he pressed ahead, keeping an eye out for any other stragglers who might need help along the way. Each hurried step felt like marching into battle. This was his mission: to protect not just the future represented by the flag but also every young life still inside those walls. The moment Keanu reached the exit sign, a sudden roar of heat surged behind him, accompanied by a crash that echoed through the hallway, rattling his determination. He felt the child in his arms squeeze tightly, instinctively sensing the danger closing in. The air felt thick, almost suffocating, and with every passing second, the sense of urgency heightened. As he pushed through the last of the smoke, the door loomed ahead like a portal to safety, but Keanu's heart raced with a mix of fear and resolve. He could hear the flames crackling closer, their menacing presence a constant reminder of how fragile their situation was. He had come too far to let anything, or anyone, hold him back now. just as they reached the door, a fiery blast erupted from an adjacent room, sending embers swirling like fireflies in the dim light. Instinctively, Keanu shielded the child with his body, feeling a wave of adrenaline surge through him. Time seemed to slow as he pushed the door open with his shoulder. Praying it would hold against the chaos behind them, with a final burst of energy, they stumbled out into the cool night air, finally free from the suffocating smoke and oppressive heat. The relief was immediate and overwhelming. They had made it. Breathing heavily, Keanu looked down at the child nestled safely in his arms, their wide eyes gleaming with a blend of fear and gratitude. In that climactic moment, amidst the distant sound of sirens and anxious voices, he realized that he had succeeded, not just in saving a life but also in embodying the principles that mattered most: courage and hope under pressure. Emerging from the suffocating smoke and chaos, Keanu Reeves stepped into the cool night air with an exhilarating rush of triumph. He held the child securely in one arm, their small body trembling against him, while his other hand clutched the American flag, its vibrant colors a stark contrast against the darkness of the night. The flag fluttered in the breeze as if celebrating their escape, a testament to resilience in the face of overwhelming adversity. As he took his first breath of fresh air, it felt like a victory cry against the insidious flames that had threatened to engulf both him and the terrified child just moments before. Keanu's heart raced not just from adrenaline but from a profound sense of purpose. Every hasty step away from the burning building showcased his unwavering strength and determination. He was not merely escaping but carrying forward everything that symbolized hope and unity. The distant wail of sirens began to fill the air as firefighters rushed toward the blaze, their lights flashing in a rhythm of urgency and promise. Behind him, the school stood in shadows, a structure that had witnessed both joy and terror in such a short span of time. With each stride he took, Keanu felt a weight lift, a weight both of fear and responsibility. He had managed to protect a life and preserve a symbol that would resonate far beyond this moment, reminding everyone of their ability to stand strong against life's toughest challenges. As Keanu Reeves stepped out of the school, cradling the child and the American flag, a wave of relief washed over the gathering crowd. Students who had fled in panic now paused to witness this extraordinary moment, their wide eyes reflecting a mix of disbelief and awe. Cheers erupted as onlookers recognized the heroic figure emerging from the smoke, their fears momentarily replaced by admiration for his bravery. Firefighters rushed to meet him, their faces etched with concern yet quickly transforming into expressions of gratitude and respect. One firefighter, breathing heavily from battling the blaze just moments before, instinctively reached out to help ensure both Keanu and the child were unharmed. The sight of Keanu with the flag resonated deeply. It encapsulated everything they had fought for, protecting lives and upholding community spirit. Parents gathered nearby, engulfed in anxiety until they spotted their children safe in each other's arms. The atmosphere shifted from chaos to unity, with families hugging tightly, comforted by the shared resilience shown that day. The American flag became a focal point in this moment of triumph. Its vibrant colors waved gently in the breeze, symbolizing hope and solidarity. Keanu stood there briefly, soaking in the exuberant responses around him. The joy of survival mingled with gratitude for his unwavering determination. It was a reminder that even amidst unimaginable adversity, courage could shine through, igniting a powerful sense of community among those who had witnessed this remarkable act of heroism. In the aftermath of Keanu Reeves's heroic actions, news outlets quickly seized upon the story, capturing the remarkable narrative of bravery and selflessness that unfolded at Crestwood Middle School. Headlines flooded across social media platforms and news websites, ranging from "Hollywood Hero Rescues Child from Flames" to "Keanu Reeves, the Unexpected Savior." Video footage of the dramatic rescue circulated widely, showcasing not only the perilous situation but also the emotional reunions that followed. Public admiration surged as people shared their thoughts online, expressing gratitude and respect for Keanu's courage. Hashtags like #KeanuCanDoAnything trended on social media, with countless users celebrating his willingness to risk his own safety for others. Fans and strangers alike began sharing personal anecdotes about how his films had inspired them, drawing a poignant connection between his on-screen personas and this real-life act of valor. The community around Crestwood Middle School held a vigil to honor not only Keanu's bravery but also the spirit of togetherness that emerged from the crisis. Parents expressed their appreciation, Noting how important it was for their children to see such a powerful example of courage in action. Keanu's image transformed from that of a beloved actor to an emblem of hope and resilience, reminding everyone that even in moments of despair, humanity can shine through in remarkable ways. News outlets featured interviews with survivors and community leaders who emphasized how this event had strengthened local bonds, reinforcing the message that together, they could rise above any challenge. In the weeks following the harrowing event at Crestwood Middle School, the impact on the community was profound and lasting. Students, once filled with fear from their experience, began to discuss what heroism meant to them. Keanu Reeves had become a powerful example of courage, inspiring young minds to see that true bravery lies not just in grand gestures but also in the everyday choices that reflect kindness and selflessness. Conversations flourished in classrooms about empathy and the responsibilities one holds towards others, especially in times of crisis. Keanu himself took time to reflect on the incident, recognizing how it had reshaped his understanding of heroism. For him, it wasn't merely about the act of saving a life or retrieving the American flag. It was about the connection forged within the community that he had witnessed firsthand, how moments of intense pressure can unite people, igniting a shared resolve to support one another. In interviews after the event, he often spoke about the importance of staying present, grounded in compassion, and responding actively when help is needed. The flag he saved became more than just a piece of cloth, it transformed into a symbol of renewed hope and strength for the school. Crestwood Middle School organized a special assembly to honor courage and resilience, fostering a culture of celebration around community spirit and collective strength. This new shared narrative empowered students to embrace their own potential for heroism, knowing they could make a difference in both small acts and significant challenges alike. The events at Crestwood Middle School stand as a testament to the extraordinary capacity for courage, sacrifice, and community spirit in the face of adversity. Keanu Reeves's selfless actions during the fire not only saved a life but also sparked an inspiring dialogue about what it truly means to be heroic. In a world often fraught with fear and uncertainty, his decision to act decisively amidst chaos resonated deeply with students and community members alike. The aftermath of the event highlighted how such crises can unite people, revealing the strength found in solidarity. The American flag he rescued emerged as a powerful symbol, reminding everyone of their shared values and the importance of standing together during difficult times. The community rallied around this narrative, transforming their fear into a renewed sense of purpose and hope. Students reflected on their own roles in promoting kindness and support within their school, realizing that heroism is not confined to grand gestures. It can also manifest through everyday acts of compassion. As the school held assemblies and discussions focused on empathy and resilience, it became evident that the impact of this singular event would be long-lasting. In essence, the story of Keanu Reeves at Crestwood Middle School serves as a rallying cry for courage and unity, inspiring all to embrace their capacity for greatness in moments when it matters most. It's a reminder that even in our darkest hours, there exists an enduring spirit of community willing to rise above challenges together.